Determine if lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Well, I know that parallel means that they've got the same slope. Perpendicular means that when I multiply their two slopes, I'm going to get a -1. So both of these ideas have slope in them, so the first thing to do is find out the slope. For this line over here, I'm going to need to solve for y. The first item that I'll move is this 4/5 x. So subtract that from both sides. We're left with -2/3 y is equal to, so when I subtract this 4/5, it goes to the right hand side and becomes a -4/5 x, and there was already a +1 there. Now, in order to isolate y, the reason I'm doing that is I'm putting this in slope-intercept form. When I have y equals, it will be the form mx plus b. And when I finish, I'll have the slope sitting right in front of x. So the next thing to do is get rid of this 2/3 by multiplying by the reciprocal. So multiply both sides by the reciprocal, which is 3/2, and I want to get rid of the negative at the same time, so multiply by -3/2. When I multiply here, the 3's are going to cancel, the 2's are going to cancel, the negatives are going to cancel, it leaves just a y. I then need to distribute that so that all terms are multiplied by -3/2, and I would have -3/2 gets multiplied with the -4/5 x, and then I also need to multiply the 1 by -3/2. In here I can reduce a little bit, the negatives are going to cancel, as well as a 2 will divide into a 4 2 times. So it is a +6 for the numerator and a 5 for the denominator. And then we've got x, and subtract 3/2. So for this one, the slope is the number sitting in front of x, 6/5. All right, we're halfway done. We need to do the same type of work over here, isolate y. So the first thing to do is subtract this 2.4x from both sides. So it's going to be that 2y equals -2.4x, and then there was already a +1.1. The next thing to do is divide all terms by 2 in order to isolate this y. Divide all terms by 2, and we've got y equals, well, we've got a 2 will divide into a 2 one time, and a 2 will divide into a 4 two times, so we're left with -1.2x. And then for a 1.1 divided by 2, divided by 2 is a 0.55. Really, the most important numbers here are what's sitting in front of x, so we found that the slope is equal to -1.2. Well, this one is written as a fraction, and yet this one's written as a decimal. So I should probably be consistent and either use decimals for both of them or fractions for both of them. How about if I change this one to be a mixed number first of all, so it would be 1 and 1/5, and then 1/5 as a decimal is a 0.2, because 1/5 is the same as 2/10, and if it's 2/10, that's exactly what that's saying, 2/10. So we've got 1 and 2/10. So the slope for one of them is a 1.2, and -1.2 for the other one. That's not the same slope, so parallel is out. If I multiply the two, 1.2 multiplied with a negative 1.2. The result is not a negative 1, so that means that idea is out. And so the only thing left is they're neither parallel or perpendicular.